Okay, so for our survey, we decided to take a closer look into the eating habits of the students on our campus, specifically regarding breakfast. As we discussed in class, what you feed your body with is very important, and even more so, what you start your day off with is what your body has to run on for the rest of the day. And as college students, breakfast is not always the top priority when it comes to being crunched for time or how much your meal plan will allow. So we decided to ask some students around campus a series of 5 questions, including, did you eat breakfast today? If yes, what did you have? If not, when will your first meal of the day be? Do you consider your morning eating habits to be healthy? And then 5, depending on your responses above, would you like to learn more about what a balanced breakfast should look like? And so then from these questions, we received a variety of responses, but all from the same 200 students. And so focusing on the yes and no questions, to the first, 54% of the 200 said yes, while 46% said no. And then for the fourth one, 45% said yes and 55% said no. And then for the fifth, 83% said yes to learning about healthy breakfast, while 17% said no. As far as the second and third questions go, the majority of students said that if they didn't have breakfast, their first meal of the day would be lunch. And then the rest of the results from our survey can be covered in our summary.
Now that Rachel has given us the overview of the results of our survey, we are going to look into more specifics. We are first going to look over the first and third questions, which go hand in hand. Our target is mainly the percentage of students that do not eat breakfast and have lunch be their first meal. We found that according to Tabitha Bauer, eating breakfast regularly has been linked with greater intake of fiber, calcium, iron, vitamin C, and other vitamins and minerals, and the lower intake of fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Along with this, we found that breakfast breaks the overnight fasting period, as you may not have eaten for up to 10 hours. It replenishes the stores of energy and nutrients in your body. As we sleep, our body is still at work as if you're awake. Therefore, in order to function the best, some sort of breakfast is necessary. We will give examples of options we already have on campus and options we would like to see on campus later on.
Not only is breakfast important for simply just breaking the fast your body undergoes while you sleep, it is also necessary to give us energy. Now we know that you have heard that 1,000 times before, and so in order to not sound like a broken record, we have actually found a more specific scientific perspective on this in order to break it down a little bit. We looked into a study done by the American Journal of Health Promotion, and the results stated the following. To compare the effect of a nutritionally balanced breakfast on cognitive function in college, students with and without attention deficit hyperactive disorders. So the design of it was a pre-post dietary intervention, and it was a setting with college students from the age of 18 to 25. There was 19 that have ADHD, and what they found is how they did it was participants completed computerized cognitive assessments after an overnight fast, and again 1 hour after consuming a nutritionally balanced breakfast shake. Looking further into energy specifically, eating breakfast boosts your energy levels and restores your glycogen levels in order to keep your metabolism up for the day. Although breakfast does not always sound appealing in the morning, or we don't have the time for it, it is more detrimental to not have it than to have something as simple as a banana or an apple.
So now that we've gone into some of the details surrounding the benefits and science behind breakfast here on campus, our team came up with a couple of ideas to improve these options. We'd like to propose more grab-and-go breakfast options that would be readily available and in multiple locations around campus. We understand that there is already the option of breakfast burritos and breakfast sandwiches, but this doesn't accommodate all students, especially ones that are gluten-free and don't eat dairy. So change and help accommodate more people. We think that we should offer options such as scrambled eggs, roasted potatoes, sausage, bacon, turkey bacon, and things of that nature. We do already have fruit cups and hard-boiled eggs available, but we understand that more options are necessary. And having these options in set portion sizes and ready to eat, along with the nutrition facts on each of them, will allow for easy grab and go on the way to class for students to still get their breakfast in and not skip that the most important meal of the day.
After hearing out our vision and reasoning behind it, here is how we think our plan could be carried out and achieved. Mornings get busy and lines are always long no matter where you go, especially at all the herd stops, lope shops, and the grid, which is where we think these new options should be provided. To counteract this, these options could be served and checked out at a completely different counter separate from the rest of the items sold in the shop, so that if you're going specifically for breakfast, you can be in line just for that instead of having to wait behind someone who is getting groceries. These options will be served 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. and priced at a discounted price to encourage students to get breakfast and not make a huge dent in their meal plan. Budgeting can play a huge role when it comes to not eating breakfast as an attempt to save money, and so since the options we have outlined are single dishes, each one will range in price from $2 to $5, depending on the cost of preparation and providing.